Rendezvous Restaurant in the alley since 1948.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Are you ready to grind? It's Sports 56 Grind Time with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Zane. Now, here's Peter and Anthony.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. Welcome in. Everybody! It's what we do. We're doing it. You know it. You love it. And if you don't love it, why don't you love it? What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Figure that out first.
Think of that. Yeah. Think about yourself for a little bit. Why don't you do that, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to
I had to go to my library today.
Yeah, I see that.
Mm-hmm. I had to go to my library today.
Yeah, shout out to you for having Germantown High School helmet sitting up there. Man.
Nah, that's the old Cincinnati Reds helmet.
Okay. Football?
Yep, that's right.
Oh, okay.
It's weird. It's one of a kind because no one else made it. I was like, why don't you make me a Cincinnati Reds helmet? And they said, what are you talking about? They're a baseball team. I said, shut up. Just do it. And there you go. We gotta talk about your boy Aaron Rodgers. Oh boy, this is outrageous. This is absolute. Darian, you got to get some of this audio ready, man. This is. Woo! I don't even know if we can play it because it's so long. He's long-winded, but oh my God, this is next-level stuff that's happening right now as we speak. Welcome everybody to an all-new edition of Sports 56 Grind Time. My name is Peter Edmiston, joined by Anthony Zane. Oh, man. What a Friday afternoon it is. Beautiful day outside, beautiful weather. Just a touch on the chilly side. This morning was really, really cold, but now it's kind of matured into just a lovely day. Period. Get that jacket on and just go out there and have a good time. Enjoy it. We're going to talk college football. Fingers crossed, we're going to be joined by my friend Adam Kramer. I don't know if we're going to be able to. We'll see. The new schedule's been tricky for Adam, so we'll give him a call and
see what happens.
Yeah,
why not?
You'll find out when we find out.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of how it goes.
If we have Kramer on, who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, we'll talk college football either way.
But somebody.
If we don't, we're going to talk a little. That's right, with each other. Kari Thompson going to join us as well. We got to talk about his new gig. And
how many more weeks of Kari do we have?
I don't know.
Is he still going to call us? Is he going to call us from?
Why wouldn't we just keep having Kari?
Hey, I thought he might be like, I don't have time for this stuff anymore. I'm on Coach Prime's time.
He hadn't said that, so I don't know what we're talking. I don't know. I mean, if Coach Prime says he can't, then
right, which may happen. Hey, young blood, I need you just to cover me, man. I don't need you talking to nobody but me.
Yeah, that's right. Only me, and only refer to me as Coach Prime or Big Boss.
And I'm gonna call you.
I heard that man in Japan. I want to be after him. That's right.
And I'm gonna call you Sorry Kari. You okay with that, son?
I don't care if you're okay with it or not, son. To be honest with you, doesn't really matter.
Well, you with me, you Sorry Kari.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to be. That's what I'm going to do. So I really don't care one way or the other what you're going to do. So we're going to talk. We're going to talk to Kari, I believe, about some of this stuff as well. Get his thoughts on where he is with getting himself ready for his new gig covering Jackson State. We'll talk about the playoffs, which are imminent for the kids out there, and a whole lot more. So all that is coming your way. If you want to join us, you can at 360-8255. The AutoZone phone lines are open for you. 360-8255. 901-360-8255 on the AutoZone text line as well. If you want to jump in, we would love to hear from you when it comes to that. Because, man, listen, that's what we do. That's what we do. We love to get you guys in the mix right there. So that would be fantastic. Come on out and join us, if you don't mind.
We didn't get much feedback yesterday via text, and it kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. And then we were talking about stuff that had kind of a race element to it. I missed the morning stick to sports crowd that we used to have. Man. Don't you kind of miss that a little bit?
No, I don't know.
Not at all, actually.
Not at all, actually.
I'm actually
As it
fine
turns
with
out,
with
as
the
it turned
after
out,
lunch.
actually, this
Yeah,
is
the after
great.
lunch
Actually,
lunch
this is
pretty
great.
cool, man.
Yeah, actually, it was pretty great, actually. So I appreciate that very much.
We actually talked about a racially driven topic and didn't get destroyed about it in text. That's hey, prayer
Unusual.
changes things, man.
That's exactly right. Look at God.
Come on now, but God. I got a better nickname for Kari too. I think I'm gonna wait to unveil it when he comes on. Something that Coach Prime might call him. A little thing he might do with him. I might as well say it now. I can see him saying, "Son, can I call your name's Kari Thompson, right? Can I call you KT? Can I say KT? Are you with me?"
Sorry, Kari was much better.
No,
KT, are you with me?
KT, are you with me? Come on, man. That's it. KT, are you with me?
KT, are you with me?
Imagine being at a press conference and Coach Prime is like, hey, he says something he thinks funny, whatever, and he says, KT, are you with me? And then Kari's like, yeah, Dion, I got you, man. I got you.
Or unless he just starts calling him sorry by his first name, just
We
ain't
got
sorry.
the Holy Ghost up in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
man. Imagine the
yeah,
possibility.
man. All right. Whew. So how you feeling today?
Good, brother. I'm good. I got some got a plate of soul food on my mind as soon as I get up out of here.
Okay. All right.
I kind of skipped lunch. I'm getting ready for that little situation. Little catfish and spaghetti vibe I'm about to hop down on.
Okay. Fair enough.
Peter's like, why are you telling me about what you about to eat? It's been on my mind for about 72 hours, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
No, the meal like that would definitely be on your mind
Man.
for a very long time. I mean, it's
going down.
It's a no-brainer. It's no brainer. So if I had that to look forward to, I'd be right there.
Oh yeah.
In the mix.
You do catfish and spaghetti though? You do that? The
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you gotta do them both.
yeah, for sure.
I mean, you gotta mix them. Oh, it's good. Ooh.
My ex-wife is from New York State, and when she said that she first got down here and saw people eating that, she didn't know how to process it at all.
I can understand that. Yeah, I can understand that for sure. The interesting. No, I'm in a very good mood. I just found out a few minutes ago, as a matter of fact, from the researchers that my kids are vaccinated. That they did. I
For
told
real?
you they're part of the I told you they're part of the research study, but I didn't know whether they were vaccinated or not. And it turns out that they are in fact vaccinated.
Look
They
at
did
that,
not get
man.
Placebo. So I can tell you now for sure that they've been vaccinated for some months and have had no setbacks or issues or anything like that. So,
Man, your kids been them kids at school this whole time. Like, man, I don't care about you, COVID infested heathen.
Well, I wish they could have. I wish we could have been like sure about
Yeah,
that. 'Cause
imagine the swag
I would
they
have felt
coulda
a
had
lot
this
better.
whole time.
Exactly, I would have felt a lot better about all that stuff. But unfortunately, I didn't know for sure. So
Me and Gabe's mom had an
after-
adult conversation last night and this morning. We're gonna get him done over the Thanksgiving holiday, like right before.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's going down. We're not playing, man. We're not playing.
No, absolutely. No, you got get it taken care of, and that way you'll feel better. The kids will feel better. Everyone will feel better, man. It's just a good situation. So I was really thrilled to be able to
Find
get
it out.
that
Oh yeah, man.
good bit of news, man. Made me very happy indeed. And again, like I said, I can now vouch for the fact since they've been vaccinated for a while.
Oh yeah, for a long time.
I can speak to experience. They had zero side effects, zero issues, other than just the usual sore arm that you get when you get shot, that kind of thing. Everything else, no problem whatsoever. So
It's going down. Gabe finna go.
Everybody,
Gabe is going down.
Everybody, it's going down. All right, so we got speaking of which,
Can I put one more? Can I say one more COVID vaccine related thing? I know you don't mind.
Of course.
The,
We're about to talk about with Aaron Rodgers. So feel free to
Right. So
keep on.
A friend of mine, everyone, public service announcement. I'm sure y'all already know this, but I know for sure there's a place on Jefferson that's doing it in the city now, up until like 4 o'clock. You can just walk in, walk out, no appointment needed. A friend of mine, she said her son got it. It's going down. It's on hold on.
Jefferson?
814 Jefferson. Go check him out.
Okay.
But they say like CVS
That's-
and Walgreens. I'm like, dang, they
That's
doing
got
it
to
like
be
that
near.
for real?
Oh,
Go ahead.
is that near the health department? And the health department's on
Might
Jefferson.
be the health department. I don't know, but
It might be the health department. I was going to say it sounds like it might be awful. If it's not,
Yeah.
it's awful close. to the health department. But yeah, they are. I know the health department is already taking care of it. If you if you want to go ahead and sign your kids up, you can do that. And lots of other places as well. Your private practitioners, all that stuff. Everyone's pretty much doing it because it's time. It's time to go ahead and knock it off. Let's get these kids vaccinated. Let's get everybody feeling good for the holidays. Let's get that started so that you have a great holiday season, man. Come on. Let's go. Let's get it.
So your baby can go hug grandmama and them, man. It's been a while.
Exactly. Feel good. You feel good about all that stuff, man. So you don't have to worry about anything else. All right. Speaking of which, we got to talk about.
Come on now.
What a month it's been for Packers quarterbacks. Brett Favre convicted of welfare fraud and basically having to try to pay back a whole bunch of money and didn't pay back the interest that he owed. That's and working with apparently in some form with $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase's son. So there's that with the legendary Brett Favre. Then you got Aaron Rodgers, who went on the of course, obviously you've seen and heard all the discussion with Aaron Rodgers about his vaccination status or immunization status. He said back in August that he was immunized when he was asked about it rather than vaccinated. And he went on the Pat McAfee show because he's got now Aaron's got COVID and he's considered by the league to be unvaccinated because turns out he is unvaccinated. That's why you consider him unvaccinated. So he went on the Pat McAfee show here just moments ago. He may still be on. He was a very long, rambling discussion, and he has put out some absolute doozies from a quote standpoint, trying to explain his criteria, his reasoning, his rationale for doing the stuff that he's done. To give you see if I can give you some highlights of some of the quotes that he said. We'll see if we can
ready for
pare it down, a little bit because I played the audio, but the audio is so long. He said he started off by saying he's in the crosshairs of the woke mob right now. So right out of the gate, you kind of know what you're dealing with. When you hear that phrase, woke mob, you kind of have a pretty good idea of the type of person that you're dealing with right out of the gate. He says, I'm somebody who's a critical thinker. For me, involved a lot of study in the off season. Said that he had an allergy to one of the ingredients in the mRNA vaccines, and he didn't like the Johnson & Johnson vaccine because he felt like it was had some clotting issues back in April. He said that so he has his own long-term immunization plan that he felt like was the way to go. He contacted the NFL about it, and the NFL basically laughed at him and claimed that he was a quack. Hard to believe, but it's true. So that didn't work. He said he's concerned about the possibility of vaccines causing sterility. There is absolutely zero evidence or even the thought of that, in fact. And,
according to Nicki Minaj. Is that what he using
Nicki Minaj, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe Aaron Rodgers is Nicki Minaj's cousin's friend. I don't know if we thought about that. So just have to consider that.
Right. All things considered.
Rodgers says, what about my body, my choice? What about making the best decision for my circumstance? If the vaccine is so great, then how come people are still getting COVID and spreading COVID? Oh, boy, here we go. So
here we go.
Bradley Beal. That's Bradley Beal right there. He said, I consulted a good friend of mine, Joe Rogan, and I've been yeah! Oh, yeah, man. We're doing it. We're doing this. And I've been doing a lot of the stuff he recommended in his podcast. He said he's been taking hydroxychloroquine.
Okay,
just
because.
Remember hydroxychloroquine? Remember
just
hydroxychloroquine?
Just because, yeah.
He says he's been taking ivermectin, the horse paste. He's on that stuff. He's on monoclonal antibodies, which are actually effective. That is a good thing. You should be on the monoclonal antibodies. The other stuff, no, not at all. He said that he probably caught COVID from somebody who was vaccinated. He keeps emphasizing it over and over again in the interview. I don't know whether that's true.
Oh, because the vaccine gives people COVID. You heard that theory too.
Something like that.
It makes you more susceptible to get it, according to some people.
He said there's a lot to natural immunity. Natural immunity has not been part of the conversation. If you've gotten COVID and recovered from it, that's the best boost to immunity that we can have. It has been part of it. It has been discussed. Yeah. And it has been proven, actually, that the vaccine works better than natural immunity.
And it definitely won't hurt you if you're doing both.
Absolutely. That's the best.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do.
That's the best you can do.
Yeah.
That's the best you can do. Just do them both, and you're feeling great. You're in great shape. He said, and then at the end, he compared himself to MLK.
Oh God! All right, I'm out.
And said that.
How good is God to give us two MLKs, two modern day MLKs, actually, and both of them are in sports? You got Kyrie Irving and Aaron Rodgers. How good is God to give us two at the same time? Oh man, that's an amazing God we serve.
Who you got? Who you got? Well, Kyrie or Aaron Rodgers in the vaccine off, in the woke vaccine mob off?
In most comparisons, race comes into play. You know, you call tall unathletic shooters. You call those a Dirk Nowitzki comp, or you know how you do athletic point guards, black guys, low IQ. Russell Westbrook. You know, that's kind of the thing that you. So if we're gonna do an MLK comp, it's got to be Kyrie Irving, just based off of those generalizations alone. It has to be Kyrie Irving. It's the better MLK comp. Don't you agree?
Boy, it's
Both
MLK
had a thing for white women. Kyrie, MLK.
Yeah. ML Kyrie, is that what you're talking about?
Oh man, it's Friday. It's coming. Oh man. All right.
So should we call him Q Iran Rogers?
Oh God, man, these guys are hilarious.
I mean, man, I would MLK.
Let me stop you on this.
MLK, just
I don't know.
Man.
I don't know the effectiveness or ineffectiveness of what's it called? Hydroxy what?
Hydroxychloroquine. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know the effectiveness or ineffectiveness of it at all. It might help. It might do something. I don't know. Never had COVID. I don't know. But I do know that a certain drug for what's it called? Good Jesus, I can't think. It's a drug the kids take who have cystic fibrosis. There's a certain medication for that that they said has been effective against COVID. Cool, all that. Even if hydroxychloroquine is good for fighting COVID, like if you get it, good to be taken or whatever. Are we sure that it's good to just be taking it like it's a Flintstone vitamin? Is that where we are with it?
No, it's not. I mean, yeah, no, it's not. No.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, this is just it's something pretty amazing. I don't know, man. You can't. People are going to do what they're going to do at this point.
Yeah.
I suppose there's really not a whole lot you can do, but just continue to hype up and push the truth of the matter. That's really all you can do. And I think it's important to not only bring this up, but to mock those that would use these sorts of excuses and those sorts of discussions. If Aaron Rodgers is in fact allergic to a component of the mRNA vaccines, there are a lot of people that are like that. That's not uncommon. That's fine. And he has to, and then he could look at the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, which is not an mRNA vaccine, and he could make that determination. Which there's been a lot of clarity on that front and a lot more research, and it's perfectly safe and good. So he could certainly do that if that's the case. Even if he chooses not to, he could then just shut up. Or he could just, talk about it, or just accept the situation as it is, rather than try to dig deeper, compare himself to MLK, and discuss how the same thing goes with Kyrie Irving. Instead of doubling down on stubbornness and or reluctance to do it, or whatever you want to call it, because there are lots of people that were nervous about it and who have ended up taking the vaccine, or maybe they haven't, or something like that. But they don't have this kind of platform, and they're not doubling down on it by trying to convince people that they shouldn't take the vaccine or that it's not necessary to take the vaccine. In the vast, we're talking 99% of cases, it is exceedingly good to take the vaccine, and very, very helpful, and extremely good for you, and extremely good for your family. As I said, there are a few cases where it may not be if there's an allergy or something like that involved, and you have to deal with those on an individual basis. What that doesn't mean is that you use, some platform to go out there and talk about the woke mob, talk about how MLK would be sad about this or whatever. Just shut up. If that's not you, shut up, because you're doing a harm to the rest of the people. You're doing a harm to the rest of the world by doing this stuff. And that's the way it is, man.
Comment on YouTube says, he's quoting what you said. He says he felt like he had some clotting issues, ? FDA pulled it. That wasn't a matter of opinion. That combined with being allergic to an ingredient in the other two makes it completely understandable. Here's my thing to what he's saying. There's a way to go about saying that without sounding like this. You know what I mean? there are ways to say, well, I had concerns with,
Absolutely.
Because there's a guy who, I can't think of his real name, but he's a listener to the show, and he talked about how in his particular family, there's a couple people in this family that had serious complications from the vaccine, and it scared him from taking it. Brother, I get it. But what I told him was, I get what you're saying, and no disrespect towards your family, but to take that and then make a blanket statement to talk other people out of getting it, that's where I have a problem with, because the vaccine has been proven to control the spread of COVID. Like we would be in a totally different place right now.
This was part of the discussion that we had.
Right.
I had mentioned my kids going through the study. One of the things that they discussed with us at the time of the study was that there was there had been a small finding within the early part of the vaccine when it came to young boys, especially from young males, that there was a slight increase in risk of myocarditis. And so your heart.
I have no clue what that is. What is it?
Myocarditis was your heart sort of swells.
I remember that. Yeah. I got you. My bad.
Yeah. There was an issue with that. That a lot of people, and that happens sometimes when you have COVID or you have a disease that you end up with myocarditis. But in this case, they thought it might have been associated with the vaccine, so they talked about it, and we talked about the risk and all that. And we decided that the risk was worth, it was worth doing. But you have to. Maybe some people would have said that that's not worth it, and that's okay. I mean, no problem. The issue is giving people and trying to convince them that they're making a mistake, or using what's your specific standard to try to coerce others into not doing something that is, by the law of percentages and by what we've seen, massively likely to be a huge benefit to you and a huge benefit to society. That's the part that I have a problem with, and trying to present yourself as some kind of a trailblazer or some kind of a difference maker on par with MLK, somebody who's a champion of the little guy and the voice of the voiceless and all that stuff. That's ridiculous. That's absolute nonsense, and that's the part where it's frustrating to see it when you have this kind of a situation.
Yeah, if you don't want to do it, don't do it, but don't try to drag it don't try to drag other people like we're sheep and come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
So
because me personally, I've been vaccinated since February. I got the bootleg vaccine. I got it well before I was supposed to actually get it, and I feel like that's the reason why I haven't gotten it or I haven't gotten sick. I mean, that's just me. Plus, I wear a mask. Plus, I do other things.
Yeah, you do the right. You know
what I mean? Stuff. Like it's not like I'm because I'm also not arguing with people if they tell me they don't have to tell me to put a mask on, because I put a mask on everywhere. I DoorDash part-time, mask on all the time. I go to people's door every time with a mask. I mean, it's just. I get it. I get the natural stuff. I get the elderberry. I get the cod liver oil. I get the apple cider vinegar. I get all that. I live in Champions Pharmacy. I get it. But, I'm down for the vaccine too. Because in any other case, if I get sick, I'm going to the doctor, period. Like, I'm not against modern medicine. So I've never understood that whole thing. Like, and whew, let me just leave it alone. Because there's a lot of stuff that you're hearing in the church community that's really bothering me, but we're going to keep it moving. But, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And
we're going to keep it Aaron Rodgers today. So, yeah.
And from and then just last thing on this, then we'll take a break and see if we can't run down our buddy Adam Kramer. We shall see. last thing on this, he mentioned MLK, and what Rogers said was, the great MLK said, you have a moral obligation to object to unjust rules and rules that make no sense. That's not what he said. He said, and there's a, I believe this is in a letter written, one of his letters from prison in Birmingham, or I want to say, I forget which one, but he defines a unjust law as something that the majority inflicts on a minority that is not binding on itself. So something that the majority would make the minority do that they wouldn't do themselves. And he said a just law is a code that a majority compels a minority to follow and that they follow themselves. So by MLK's own definition, this is a just law because the people that are telling you to get vaccinated are the ones that are getting vaccinated themselves. So just kind of stands to reason. So he's wrong about that as well. Probably should not have quoted MLK in that circumstance. And if you're going to, you should probably not misquote him.
My thing is, like, if you don't want to get it, don't get it, man. But don't try to make it the devil to the people who are getting it, because it's not. I mean, that all that stuff is just silly. Just take your lump, deal with what comes with it in the NFL, and just that's it. That's it then.
Yeah. All right. When we come back, we're going to see if we can't catch up to our buddy Adam Kramer and talk to him about what's going on in the world of college football. Either way, we're going to talk a little college football. So if we have Kramer, great. That would be awesome. If we don't, well, we're going to talk about it anyway. So you'll find out when we do. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56 and 98.5.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Gaston. After 16-plus years coming to you during the midday hours, Eli Savoy and I have moved to the morning drive. You can join us weekdays from 7 to 10 a.m. for the all-new Sports 56 mornings, only on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Testing. Hey, can you hear me? You can? Well, if you enjoy hunting or shooting, how important is your hearing? If your kids hunt and shoot, how can you protect their hearing? Well, the guys at Tactical Guns and Gear in Collierville can get you set up with a silencer for your rifle, handgun, even your shotgun. I promise they'll get you on your way to a much more enjoyable shooting experience. They have more silencers in stock than you'll find anywhere, and so much more, all in one stop. Save your hearing while you still can. Tactical Guns and Gear, Highway 72 in Collierville. Can you hear me now?
Hey, congratulations on the new time slot.
Thanks, and congratulations to you for, let's say, doing commercials for Central Barbecue.
That was very diplomatic.
Hey, doing commercials for Central Barbecue is nothing to sneeze at. You get to tell everyone about the best slow-cooked Memphis-style barbecue there is, plus all the other great things at Central Barbecue, like the ribs and the smoked chicken wings and the great bologna sandwich. You get to tell them about those things.
Actually, you just did. You just did the one job I had to do today.
I mean, I didn't mean to.
Fine. You get the new time slot, and you get to tell everyone about Central Barbecue.
Hi, this is John Conway with Conway Services. When was the last time you had your heating system cleaned? How about a safety inspection? Right now, Conway Service is offering our 16-point Energy Saver Super Tune-Up on your heating system for only $69. That's right, for only $69, we'll come out and perform our 16-point energy-saving Super Tune-Up on your heating system. Plus, we'll also include a complete safety inspection with our state-of-the-art camera system, making sure your heating system is safe to operate this winter. Plus, we'll include a carbon monoxide test on your heating system, all for only $69. You can have the peace of mind knowing your heating system is safe and ready for those cold winter nights. So call Conway Services, the Mid-South's premier heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric service company at 384-3511. That's 384-3511. And call this week and ask for the early bird special, and we'll perform your heating system tune-up for only $57.
Call 384-3511. Conway Services. Call Conway today.
I want to do some bragging rights. Hey, I was just the other day overhearing a conversation with Big Mike, the manager of DeSoto Auto Sales. They've got people buying cars all over the country. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas. People from all over the country buy cars at DeSoto Auto Sales in Olive Branch, Mississippi. Why? DeSoto Auto Sales has the most stringent car inspection in America. They get it right the first time. Quality and low mileage, factory warranty on most vehicles. My favorite part is the people who work there. Big Mike, all the employees are professional, friendly, and go that extra mile. Expect as you walk in the door, you're treated like family. DeSoto Auto Sales understands your time matters. We can help you find your dream car and get all the paperwork finished in less than an hour. Come see us at DeSoto Auto Sales and be part of our family. Have a great buying experience every time. 662-890-7184.
Now, back to Sports 56 Grind Time. Here once again are Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane.
All right, welcome back. Let's see if we can get all this squared away. This is a great weekend for you guys. If you have not jumped in on FanDuel, man,
You better.
I'm telling you, now's the time. Jump on into FanDuel, see what you can do right here, right now. FanDuel Sportsbook. It is a perfect time for you to jump in and enjoy yourself because FanDuel Sportsbook has got all of the greatest ideas for you to perk up that weekend of yours, perk up your sports weekend, have a great time doing it. It's the same game parlay with a great Sunday slate. All of those action that you're out there, man. Why not do a little Chiefs and Packers for you? Enjoy that Aaron Rodgers COVID parlay. If you want to throw something like that in the mix, say, man, have a good time with the same game parlay. It's all for you at FanDuel Sportsbook. NFL Week 9 is ongoing, and you get a $10 risk-free bet every week. So you can get that $10 risk-free bet every week. Just bet a same-game parlay bet with 3 legs or more, and if your bet doesn't win, FanDuel's going to pay you back up to $10. That's how it is. It's great stuff. And you can get those winnings, by the way, in as little as 2 hours. We're talking about fast payouts. We're talking easy to use. We're talking safe, secure. It's America's #1 sports book. It's nothing like nailing that same game parlay bet. Lock in your bet today on FanDuel Sportsbook and get up to $10 back if that bet doesn't win. And here's the other great thing. If you're new to FanDuel Sportsbook, you can sign up today with promo code BIGHEAD to also receive 30-1 enhanced odds on either team to win. During that Sunday afternoon matchup I was just telling you about between Green Bay and Kansas City, all you got to do is win $150 on a $5 bet if you use promo code BIGHEAD, so they know I sent you. You're going to get that 30-1 enhanced odds and have a real good chance of taking home a nice little payday on a $5 bet. Again, use promo code BIGHEAD when you sign up at FanDuel Sportsbook. Must be 21 and older and present in Tennessee. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max refund $10. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Same game parlay available for multiple sports in all states on mobile and web. Gambling problem? Call TN Redline 1-800-889-9789. Our good buddy Adam Kramer joins us. Woo! Adam Kramer, you've been taking your medical advice from Aaron Rodgers this afternoon?
I am doing my own research, I think, or certainly not his.
Right, that's good.
But
that's fair enough.
I have not been able to tweet today. It's just been a busy day, but I have been perusing the old Twitterverse, and it is careful out there. I mean, it's this is an intense day on the old interwebs. Most days are intense. This one is very, very intense.
Oh my! This is it's quite something, man. That's why I just wanted to go to the comparatively calm waters of college football, where we always know that's very cool and very easy and very normal. I got 2 words for you, Adam. We're going to do 2 different topics here to start off. But number 1, pole assassin. Go.
Oh yeah. So look, we've seen a lot of weird stories in the history of college football.
We really have.
Monte Te'o was one of the all-time ones, right? That was an all-time one. In fact, that may be, in terms of significance, is greater. But when you have a special teams coach is a high profile university, and his girlfriend, who is a former stripper, and with a monkey, but allegedly biting a child, and that's a new one. Now, let me tell you this. So we talk about tweeting, right? Being careful on the internet. So as this story is coming out, right, it's coming out through Reddit and message boards. Like, those are dangerous information sources, but they are also oftentimes right. They don't always have all the information right. People know how to get information. I was terrified to tweet about this. I don't know if you felt the same way. You got a kid, you got a monkey bite. Like, what happens if you tweet a joke and it's like, the arm is gone? then you got to delete the tweets. It gets bad.
Exactly.
So, This is a new one for me, man. I don't know what the blueprint is to tweet about monkey bites, but there you have it.
It's incredible, an incredible story. I wonder if it's going to cost him a job. I don't know. Is it worth it? Is it worth throwing it all away for the poll assassin who was on Jerry Springer at one point? I don't know if it's worth throwing away your the family and job prospects for that. It seems maybe not the best judgment, but that's sort of just really.
I also like Steve Sarkisian having to answer that question. Like, it's a personal matter. It's not a distraction, and it's like internally he's like screaming into an abyss, like, God,
have you met the monkey?
This job, yeah.
Have you met the monkey?
Have you ever talked to the monkey? What's he like?
Personal
so
matter.
Second. That's right.
Not a distraction.
Second topic.
Has the monkey ever came off aggressive to you before?
Personal matter, and
it's between me and my monkey. Everyone knows that. Now, the other topic, in some ways more controversial, certainly not unexpected at all, was the college football playoffs. We got our first rankings, and it was confirmed basically that the group of five is got no chance to do anything. With Cincinnati having a very good resume, including a win at Notre Dame, and just doesn't really matter at all, does it? What was your reaction to it?
Well, yeah, I mean that was probably a big one, and Cincinnati hasn't helped itself much the last 2 weeks, where it did not look great as 4-touchdown favorites both games. So that's not going to help, and you kind of knew it was coming. Now, the part that's really interesting, like we got to remember that the committee changes a little bit every year. It looks like they're trying to use more data. Data can be good, data can be bad. What clearly they like are difficult schedules and great wins. The part that you lose me with the whole Cincinnati discussion, Oregon has a win over Ohio State at Ohio State. That's great. Oregon lost to a 3-5 team. So at some point, that has to be punished. And we have to recognize that is probably not acceptable. And that's the part where the Cincinnati discussion gets weird. You could go down the list a bit. Mississippi State at 17, at 5-3, is pretty wild. Wisconsin at 5-3 is pretty wild in these rankings. UTSA, who's unbeaten, who beat Memphis. Obviously, we've talked about it, albeit with a little bit of help. Excuse me, a little help on the other side. Mississippi State, Memphis. We talked about the transitive losses, so to speak. Right? They got plenty of help in that. So it's just a mess, man. I tell myself I'm not going to get angry at these things every year, and I watch it, and then I get angry. And they have the impossible task of explaining rankings. We do this. I do this every week. I rank the top 50 teams. I haven't done that in a while. It's really difficult to do because you could cross yourself up at pretty much every intersection here, and I guess that's what we're left with.
It's disappointing. Not surprising, but disappointing, and I just don't – I think – especially now, once it's all done in 2 or 3 years, when the conference realignment is complete, I think that you can just pretty much toe tag it in terms of any non-Power 5 ever even dreaming. And then we can expand the playoffs and see how that works. But I still think at some point it's just gonna. I don't know. The fix is probably going to be even on that front. It's quite something. All right, so it's quite an interesting slate this week. I don't know how I would describe it. There's a mixed bag. There's some fascinating games, some under the radar kind of fascinating games that are out there, and a lot of teams certainly positioning themselves and trying to get into the mix. Let's start local here because a lot of Memphis fans are trying to figure out what this team is all about. They are a 4.5-point underdog at home to SMU. SMU already picking up in a wild one last week, so a little momentum on their side, and they are a really tough team, and they've just continued to improve a lot. And a lot of people jumping on this line, and this one kind of stinks a little bit. Adam, do you think this is a little bit of a sneaky one for Tiger fans?
I do. You know my style. It's the contrarian style, right? And I actually did my locks, and as I peruse it, like I overlooked this one early. And later in the week, after my column went up, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is the Adam Kramer contrarian special. Now, last time we saw Memphis, not good at Central, not good. But SMU, I thought, that was a horrible way to lose a football game, by the way, how SMU lost. We talk about hangovers. We're going to talk about it with Michigan State, spoiler alert. But you also can have hangovers when you lose, like badly. And I think that's a big one to come back from. So I know it's been kind of up and down for Memphis, certainly. And the last time coming off a bye, which I think was perfectly timed bye, I absolutely do like Memphis in this game. But this is that game, especially with a total that's like in the 70s, 71. It's going to be wild. I think this is a chance to be a really, really fun football game.
Adam, just taking a look at your some of your picks for the weekend, which, of course, are available on Bleacher Report. You've got Purdue pulling the upset against Michigan State. What are you seeing from Purdue to make you think they can pull this one off?
Now, look, full transparency, I bet Michigan last week. Felt really good about that for a while, and then really not so good after the fact. Kenneth Walker is a superstar. I still question if you can shut down Kenneth Walker, and I think Purdue's got a really good defensive line, if what Michigan State's going to do. Anger all the Michigan State fans out there listening. So I really question that. And you look at David Bell, you look at kind of the recipe that upset Iowa, and I know Iowa's just not very good right now. This is the Dragon Slayer. They relish in this opportunity to take out a top 5 team. And again, back to the whole hangover theme. You beat a rival, you're number 3 in the playoff rankings. That's as good of a win as Michigan State has had in a long, long time. It's just the perfect spot for a letdown, and Purdue is actually turning out to be a pretty good team. I just think this is a problem. It's a problem timing, problem team, problem matchup, everything in terms of Purdue.
The matchups here too, a fascinating one in the SEC. Some interesting ones in the SEC for sure. Auburn, Texas A&M. Now, what do we do with these teams? They're both top 15 teams, but both of them are very confusing. Texas A&M is a 4-point favorite. Are you buying into what you're seeing from Auburn? Because the best case scenario in Auburn, if Bo Nix is really, Bo Nix, like all caps Bo Nix, that's a pretty good team. But I don't know that I can fully get on board with that.
I love this game. You mentioned it. It's a weird landscape this week, but this is a marquee game for good reason. Both these teams are pretty hot. Auburn has made me some money. I thought last week's Auburn win was really impressive. Really impressive. Defensively, offensively. Are we starting to actually see Bo Nix become like a pretty good player? Like and I think I've talked about it. I really enjoy watching him play. Not because it's always going to be good, but because it's exciting and it's different. But at the same point, I'm not exactly sure what to do with A&M. You got the Alabama win, which you can't possibly be more. It's one of the great wins of the season. But then they clobbered Missouri. I bet Missouri in that game. That was bad in South Carolina. So what does that tell us? Then they covered the spread in both of those games. I still think we're wondering exactly what team we're going to get. Is it going to be the team that beat Alabama, or is it still a team that, really kind of was woeful against Arkansas and others? I would lean Auburn, but actually where I like this game is not necessarily a side, but it's the total, 49.5. Now, the Aggies' defense, if you look at the, analytically, is really good. The schedule has not been great. Auburn, I think, is going to be able to move the ball. I think A&M will be able to move the ball. I think this actually has a chance to go well over that total. So 49.5 to me has just felt too low. I don't necessarily love a side. I'm kind of riding the Auburn wave, although against A&M, I'm scared to do that again.
Did you catch either side of the Clemson FSU last week? One of the worst or best situations, depending on where you were in recent memory?
No, but I watched it because I like watching a good train wreck. And you could see it coming, right? Like you know what play is coming, and then you start to see the laterals, and you can see. I mean, I've seen games. I've seen a side decided on a game like that. Northwestern, Ohio State, many moons ago, had a game like that where it was decided. But to have the total and the spread decided on a game like that, and then to have the review also for maximum drama, that's as good. You can't call them a bad beat, right? Because it's a tremendous win for some. Yeah. It's a horrific beat, the worst of beats for others. I love that kind of gambling intrigue, though.
Intrigue indeed.
You mentioned Mississippi State. You mentioned Mississippi State being ranked in the top 25 of the playoff poll at 5-3. They're traveling to Arkansas. Arkansas is a 5.5-point favorite, and you've got them covering. What do you see in Arkansas that makes you think they should win this game pretty convincingly?
Yeah, and I was on Mississippi State last week against Kentucky. That was a good win. Mm-hmm. Didn't start out well, but that was a good win. So look, Mississippi State completed 36 of 39 passes last week against Kentucky. A lot of that was out of the backfield. Kentucky could not adjust for it. It's kind of like my Jets last night against the Colts, and shout out, non-Mike White.
R.I.P. Mike White.
Yeah. Hopefully he's back. It's been kind of fun. Nope. This is a pathetic sequence of sentences about my football team.
But in any event, XFL great
Johnson. Well, I think in talking about better football teams, Arkansas is good. I still think Arkansas is good. You lose a nail-biter to Ole Miss. You got worked a little bit by Auburn. You lose to Georgia. It happens. I still think this is a good team, and this line, it feels like after Mississippi State's win, and even if their ranking is kind of betting you to bet the Bulldogs, much different effort I think we get this time around.
Do you buy the Michigan hangover, beat down, like I'm irritated, I'm just going to take it out on a disappointing Indiana at the Big House, night game, 20.5? It feels like this one might get into the 35 range.
Yeah, I just wonder. I mean, we talk about disappointment for, Michigan, and they got to feel that. But I wonder how much Indiana has left, right? Like, you talk about disappointment. I mean, they've lost 6 games? Yep. I knew it was going to be hard.
And covered none of them. Covered none of them, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, just brutal. So I knew this was going to be a tough season, and the schedule stinks. So you lose a heartbreaker, and then you got to get back up. And after getting kind of clobbered, it's not a bad team, but it's a really bad spot. So I don't necessarily want to mess around with the line at all, because I do wonder what the emotional situation is for both. But I will say I would be shocked if this game is close. I just don't know if it'll be, 3 touchdown differential at the end.
It will be. I think I'm pushing the chips in on Michigan beating up on poor Indiana. Another game at that same time that's very intriguing as well for me personally, but also just in general. Tennessee, Kentucky. This game has moved. The line has moved quite a bit here, all the way to where it's now. Tennessee is a 1-point favorite on the road against what's been a pretty salty Kentucky team. And they've gone through a little, hiccup in the last little bit, but it's still a pretty quality team. Who do you like here, and how do you explain this line?
This is the kind of line movement you get when the starting quarterback is not going to play, which you know what I mean? Like, seriously, like this is – it is really strange to have a road team pick up 5 to 6 points is what we're talking about here. You don't normally see that. Like, especially, maybe if it's like 27-point spread to get down to 22. But to swing it the other way like this is kind of unusual. And I've been wondering, is there something that we don't know? And it doesn't seem like it. When this line came out, I really liked Tennessee. And by the way, I watched, we just talked about Mississippi State. Well, Mississippi State completing 36 of 39 passes against that defense is probably not good when you're going to play Tennessee next, right? Like, we kind of know what Tennessee's going to want to do. So I think I kind of am with the steam, quite honestly. I think I still like Tennessee in this game, although it is a bit of a surprise when you consider Kentucky, last-second covering nonsense aside, where they did cover the spread against Georgia. I thought Kentucky played Georgia pretty tough. Like, I really did. So to see this odd line movement, and yet I don't necessarily disagree with it in the least.
I don't know. It's hard to figure out. I guess because the two road kind of I guess semi beatdowns for Kentucky. I mean, they're coming back home. I don't really I don't know that I share that optimism. I hope they're right, but I'm not sure that I share their optimism. I don't know whether you want to side or not. But what do you think that it's all just going to fall apart for LSU? Alabama certainly in the mood, and maybe some personal animus here on top of that.
Yeah.
To lay that 28.5. I mean, it's hard to believe. It's not really hard to believe. I mean, when you think Alabama LSU, you certainly don't think a 28.5 point spread. But the way these teams have played this year, that sounds about right. I feel like this could be extremely ugly.
I was at this game last time. It was at Alabama, right? And watched Joe Burrow just make magic. Watch that team. Really, that was kind of when it came into its ridiculous form. We're talking about LSU. To see how different it is in 2 years is pretty remarkable. When you have Nick Saban talking about revenge, I don't know if you saw that quote, and you were kind of alluding to it, like, well, I used to tell our players that, revenge was not a good motivation. Well, guess what? It kind of is. Paraphrasing here, but like, oh God, like that is probably not good. The injuries for LSU beyond the motivation have been absurd. When you talk about defensive backfield, offensive injuries, wide receiver. This is kind of one of those spots where Alabama can pick its score, and I don't necessarily like betting into those games. Could Alabama win this game by 30? I think it could. Will it? I don't know. Saban can talk about revenge. The coach is coaching out his last couple of games here. The roster is completely turned around. Does he really need to? Is that going to prove anything, right? So we'll see what happens here, but I'd be inclined to say that maybe LSU hangs on for the cover.
Last thing here, because we got to run. Liberty Ole Miss, the return of Hugh Freeze. And, I imagine this may have looked a little different a couple, 2 or 3 years ago, but I imagine there's still a little heat here. And it's a 9.5 point spread. What do you like here?
Spread's got me a little baffled. I don't know about you, but I thought it would be bigger. Liberty has not been that great this year.
No.
It really haven't. North Texas was a struggle. Lose as a 33-point favorite. I feel like a chump, but I kind of like Ole Miss. And I don't necessarily know if I love that over either. Offensively, they haven't been great against good teams. So, there's probably going to be the slaughtering line here, but I'm inclined to get in it and back Ole Miss.
Yeah, I'm with you. But it is a little bit odd. Right. To say the least, I think that Liberty's getting a little juice that they don't deserve in this one, at least the way they've played. And you get Malik Willis versus Matt Corral is worth. I know the scouts will certainly be watching this one very closely. You can listen to it right here on Sports 56 and 98.5. Adam, we appreciate it, buddy. Glad we could catch up this week and get it done. You're the best. We appreciate you, buddy, and we'll chat again soon.
All right, guys. Take care. Have a good weekend.
Take it easy.
He is our pal, Adam Kramer, who joins us at Kegs and Eggs on Twitter. Read him at Bleacher Report. Listen to his podcast, VSiN. You just check him out. He's a busy man and doing a lot of great work out there. When we come back, we got a little bit to get to. Of course, hour number 2, we're going to talk to our friend Kari Thompson. Busy show, Real Sports Star, Sports 56, 98.5.
Former Memphis Tiger Gabe Kuhn joins Brett Norsworthy for Sports Time on Sports 56, weekday afternoons from 3 to 6 on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Family Leisure has done it again, and just in time for the holidays, they have the ultimate game room sale. From pool tables to theater seating, Family Leisure has you covered. If you like pool, or you like shuffleboard, or you like air hockey, there's a special price, and your friends will love coming over to your house if you want to watch the big game, or you want to watch a movie on Netflix or HBO. You can't get more comfortable than you will be in that beautiful theater seating that Family Leisure has, and it's on sale with the Ultimate Game Room Sale. Free delivery, by the way, on all in-stock items. 20% off on all game room accessories. Hey, beat the Christmas rush and get your game ready right now. Family Leisure, I-40 and Whidden Road. They want to make the holiday special at your house this year with the Ultimate Game Room Sale from Family Leisure.
Bartlett Small Engine has been serving quality power equipment since 1970. They have a full line of power equipment, parts, and services for most makes and models. Bartlett Small Engines has the best brands in the power tool industry: Honda mowers, trimmers, and generators, Steel blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws, Echo trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws, plus quality products from Red Mat and Shindawa. And they're all American made. Bartlett Small Engine is your can-do store. 6780 Summer Avenue. Call 901-386-9779.
Hi, this is Troy Five-Ash, owner of Five-Ash Roof Services. As we all know, Memphis can be a hotbed for severe weather, and that weather can play havoc on our roofs. Most people don't know what they should do first when they're concerned about the condition of their roof. Call their insurance company, call a contractor, or trust a door-to-door salesman that's making claims that are hard to believe. My advice would be call the contractor that you know and trust. If you don't know any, research your local contractors and give 2 or 3 a call. I hope your research will lead you to us. Have your roof inspected, decide for yourself what you should do, and whether or not you should file a claim with your insurance company. It's your home, it's your policy, and it's your money. Don't let anyone pressure you into anything. If you give Five-Ash Roofing a call, we promise personal service with a member of our family with no pressure and no hype. Five-Ash Roof Services, proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Five-Ash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Is your bank standing in the way of you and your sportsbook? Try Action 24/7. We're cutting out the middleman. Deposit or withdrawal in cash. No more bank delays or failures. Action 24/7 has more than 100 partners in Tennessee for cash deposits and withdrawals. Visit action247.com for a location. Cash deposits and withdrawals from your Tennessee sportsbook. Action247.com. You got action.
Must be 21 or older and in Tennessee. For problem gambling support, call 800-889-9789.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home at Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
Tiger Nation, your men and women's basketball teams open the season at home Tuesday, November 9th. The women play at the El Morone Fieldhouse against Xavier at 6 o'clock. Men's basketball will host Tennessee Tech at 7 at FedEx Forum. For tickets to all the exciting action, visit GoTigersGoTix.com or call 901-678-2331 today.
Now, back to Sports 56 Grind Time. Here once again are Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane.
Oh, man.
You going to the Hustle opener tonight?
Man, I thought about it, bro. I ain't gonna lie, because the Hustle food is killing everybody. If you want to be honest about it.
Well,
Darian, have you been to a Hustle game and ate with the food before?
No, I haven't.
Bro, I'm not gonna tell you to finesse your media credentials, bro. But finesse your media credentials, bro. The Memphis Hustle food is like the best media food, period. Anybody. Like Grizzlies, Tigers, bro. Liberty Bowl, whatever, bro. I'm telling you.
Good old DeSoto City.
Bro.
No, Lander Center.
Lander Center. Man, bro, when I tell you, awesome food, man. And it's like, you know how like you go to the Grizzlies game in the media section, they got like M&Ms or a little bro, they got like full candy bars that you can like get what you want. I'm like, man, y'all are joking, right?
fantastic.
Bro, it's great,
I love it.
It's great.
We're going to talk to our buddy Kari Thompson here in just a little bit. We appreciate that very much. Of course, we've had to get in touch with our buddy Adam Kramer, and it's been a busy afternoon. So we're going to do that in hour number 2. Y'all need to stick around as we roll on here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56 98.5.
I have a great car shopping tip for you. Here it is. If you're looking for affordable luxury but don't want to pay new car prices, there's a great pre-owned auto dealership in the Mid-South. And boy, do we need it. It's Auto Universe Germantown. It's located at 7300 Winchester, where the old Mazda store used to be. I've been up and down their aisle. So many beautiful cars, trucks, and SUVs. Just about every make and model you can think of. Like Mercedes, Lexus, Infiniti, Audi, Honda, Nissan, Jeep, Toyota, and Chevy. I'm running out of breath. Go see my friend Zach or Sonny. They'll be delighted to help you, or check them out online at eautouniverse.com. This family-owned and operated dealership just moved from their old Covington Pike location. You may recall them there. So much space, so many vehicles. Affordable luxury, and you'll love the no-haggle pricing. Plus, if your vehicle needs service, their department is top-notch with no wait times. No wait times. They even have a collision center. Auto Universe Germantown is the place to sell your vehicle, too. So take my word for it. You're going to love this place. 7300 Winchester, just off 385, and eautouniverse.com.
Need to sell your home? You're in luck, because I buy houses. All you have to do is call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that PIN, 901-406-1101, or just save it in your phone. Bill at I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses buys houses in any area, in any condition, at any time. As simple as that. I Buy Houses is guaranteed to close in 5 days. So if you need your cash fast, just call Bill at I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. Has your house been on the market? Were you just tired of renters? Or is it just time to start over? Well, avoid repairing, cleaning, painting, and prepping your house. Just pick up the phone and call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's Bill at I Buy Houses. If you're in Southwind, South Memphis, North Mississippi, North Memphis, Collierville, if you can hear this, just call my friend Bill at I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101.
If you were to look up comfort food in the dictionary, you should find a picture of the menu from Sunrise on Jefferson. Whether it's for lunch or dinner, there's simply nothing like the food at Sunrise. Breakfast is served all day, every day, with house-made biscuit sandwiches like the usual, with bacon, egg, and cheddar, or the Rooster, with a fried chicken breast, house-made pickles, and Tabasco honey. At lunch, tuck into a downtown burger with bacon and cheddar, or a kickin' chicken salad. I think the name speaks for itself. If you're craving great food served fresh and fast, you're looking for Sunrise.
Barks now offers you just about everything you need for your furry family member. Daycare, luxury boarding, award-winning grooming, veterinary checkups, diagnostic services including digital x-ray, fluoroscopy and ultrasound, complete dental service, vaccinations, preventative care for fleas, ticks, and heartworms, and just about any needed surgical treatment. And did I mention that we treat cats and all types of exotic pets? We are the newest member of the Barks family and the newest, most high-tech veterinary hospital in the Mid-South. Located directly across the street from Barks and Recreation, we are a full-service hospital with a fantastic, experienced staff. If you're having problems getting a timely appointment at your current vet's facility, we are here to serve you. Call us at 901-979-8888. Barks and Medication. Excellence in veterinary care.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Now, back to Sports 56 Grind Time. Here once again are Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane.
We made it.
We did.
Sports 56 98.5 live in the Family Leisure Studios. Pete and Sane with you.
Darren, you get a lot of compliments, man, on your playlist every day.
Yeah,
They seem to be coming from One Pretty Pearl a lot, too, man. Let me find out, Darren. Let me find out you got a fan on here, man.
Yeah, man. She followed me, man. She's my first real follower that don't work in this building.
Go and get in that DM, man. See what she's talking about. See what's to it.
I like it.
Hopefully she got a
I
media
like it.
Hey, try to set up a little. I see you, bro.
Mm-hmm. Hour number 2, as we mentioned, is here. We talked about the Aaron Rodgers situation. It is quite something. We talked about college football, including the University of Memphis, trying to get back in business, and it's all going to depend certainly on the quarterback situation and the health of one Seth Hennigan, whether or not the team is going to be able to win. You just without Seth Hennigan.
Hey, you see what you get.
Hey, and you know what else we got? We got high school football. We got high school football playoffs, as a matter of fact. And I'm not even sure if our next guest can even cares about it anymore. But I guess he probably does, at least for the next little bit.
A few weeks, yeah.
Kari Thompson joins us on the program. Kari, you still care about the playoffs?
I do. I do care deeply about the playoffs, man. I'm gonna be out of the game.
How was your trip to Itabena?
Itabena was Itabena-ing.
I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means. I don't know what that means at all. So I've never been there.
That might be the smallest town I've ever been to in my life. Like,
how small are we talking about?
I mean, we're talking about like everybody hanging out at the gas station after a game type.
Okay. I like it, man. That's old school. That's old school right there.
Yeah,
Come
man.
on, everybody's just having a good time, man.
Go by the local Sonic.
Gas
Just have a
chicken.
That's right. Everybody get a little Sonic, get a little something there. Come on, that's beautiful.
Yeah, man.
Have you met Coach Prime yet?
I have not.
Okay.
Coach Prime has missed 2 weeks in a row now with his foot injury, and he's not commenting on his health status. So I have not met him. Apparently, though, rumor has it he's supposedly interviewing with TCU.
Whoa.
That, to me, makes no sense. But 247 reported that. He's on the short list of their candidates for their head coaching vacancy to follow up Gary Patterson. So apparently he's not well enough to coach at Jackson State, but apparently, if these rumors are to be believed, has an interview lined up for a Power 5 coaching job.
I mean, but couldn't he interview over Zoom? You know, couldn't he just kind of is that in person?
There's conference calls for the SPAC over Zoom, and he ain't doing those.
Boy, oh boy.
But I mean, who knows how to that is, though. Like, I'm definitely not co-signing and saying any of that's true. I'm just saying other reporters are writing it. So, yeah.
What a bummer! What a bummer if Coach Prime isn't there when you're there. What a bummer that would be.
They're trying to give me a heart attack already, Peter. You know what I mean? That'll kill me.
Come on, man! I'm not gonna. But I saw you wrote. I read your pieces that you've been writing. You've been doing all kinds of double and triple duty and all this stuff. So you're working hard, and you're gonna be out of the playoffs tonight.
Yes, I'll be at Germantown. They're hosting Brentwood. We have interesting Nashville-Memphis suburban matchup to go to and pick. So yeah, that's where I'll be.
What do you expect to see tonight in that matchup that you're going to watch?
I'm expecting a Germantown win. I think their defense will be good enough to get it done. My question for them, though, they've looked kind of one-dimensional when they played really good teams. Like, obviously, it makes a lot of sense to give Cody Jones a lot of carries, and especially a quarterback that can run in Malik Young. But I want to see if they can open up and throw it tonight, because they're going to need to be able to do that in the playoffs if they want to make it far.
You were talking about Coach Prime earlier. Do you feel like that whole TCU thing kind of not TCU? Yeah, TCU thing feels like just like he's leveraging, like he's probably something behind it. I can't see him going to TCU at all. Are you pretty much the same way on it?
So what is he trying to leverage it to?
I don't know. Maybe he's letting schools know, hey, I'm out here. You know what I mean? Like I'm not stuck at Jackson State. Like I'm not. Or maybe he's lobbying for something with Jackson State. Who knows? But I think it's just to let people know he's out there. Like this your boy.
I mean, does he want more money? Does he want more money,
I
more
can't see
investment
money being
for
a
his,
thing that he cares about.
You
with
know,
that.
well, yeah. But what about investment in the program? I mean, I know they've already
Yeah.
they put some
Yeah.
investment in there, but maybe money for assistants. You've certainly seen coaches do that before.
For sure, yeah.
I don't know. I think they got to invest if you want to be you want to play the game. You got to pay the fee.
Yeah, I don't think this is a move to get more money out of Jackson State because Prime knows what time it is. Like he knows the deal. Like he knows
It's
Jackson
prime
State.
time. That's what time it is.
Exactly. He knows HBCUs can't realistically afford to pay him what these other schools are paying him, and there's historical reasons behind all of that. Like he knows that. I mean, I guess if you were going to try to leverage something like a TCU offer, you'd try to, I guess, show that as proof the next time a job really wants comes around, like an FSU, maybe if Mike Norvell doesn't work out. But like, I don't know. Like he's been saying for months that he has come to level the playing field and he's on a mission sent by God to help the HBCUs and all that stuff. So if he leaves for a TCU in a big
TCU's a Baptist school though, right? So I mean, God could be kind of have a change
Change of heart.
I mean, God sometimes God works in mysterious ways. That's what they say, right?
TCU without Texas and Oklahoma in the Big 12. Come on now. And the thing is, like, we all know, TCU doesn't need him. TCU doesn't need him. They don't.
They might.
Like, no, they don't need him at all. Like,
he's replacing a legend. You got to replace a legend with a legend. You got to replace a legend in Gary Patterson with a legend in Coach Prime. I mean, that's I don't know. It's interesting.
It's money regardless. Prime leaves Jackson State. You see what the results are gonna be. Like, it's like that's the whole thing that makes it so interesting. It's like money versus impact, right? Competition versus impact. Because if Prime wanted maximum impact, he would stay at Jackson State and build something. If he wanted to, like, even take his legacy to another level on the coaching ranks, that's what he would do. Because what he's doing at Jackson State right now means more than winning. Like, if he could even, like, put one HBCU on the path to, like, a sustainable future and, like, really competing in athletics, that means more than winning a national championship. Like, like, how many people on earth could do what Prime is doing at Jackson State right now? Like, it's a short list. There's plenty of people.
Not many.
There's plenty of people who can go coach TCU football. Let them go recycle some of the other coaches they've been recycling. Let them keep doing what they've been doing. Keep hiring these same few coaches that no matter what.
TCU fans are not going to like that at all.
Yeah, our TCU listeners are going to tear you apart, man. Collierville part 2.
Listen,
Jeez,
I don't care. I'm not in Dallas.
All right. So the other playoff games, there's some interesting ones. Shout out to Joey Magnifico for making the playoffs in his first year.
Oh man,
let's go.
Now they were 0-9, and he made the playoffs only because they have to make the playoffs. So, but he can say, "Hey, I made the playoffs my first year, y'all." Has yet to win a game, but somehow he's made the playoffs. That's how ridiculous Division II AAA is. Very, very dumb. Pope John Paul is going to destroy them. I'm more interested in Christian Brothers taking a long trip to Knoxville Catholic. Dallin Hayden, who was absolutely spectacular against Central a couple weeks back, 262 yards, 5 touchdowns, 3 more touchdowns last week against St. Benedict, that same team. Do you think Christian Brothers turns it on for the postseason?
I do. You know why? There's a lot riding on this matchup, Peter. Because if they win, they get to come back home to Memphis and get that rematch with your Fighting Saints.
It's a bad. Oh yeah. Oh, there's going to be some bad blood. Some. That's going to be exciting.
You think they want that one? You think they want to win this game? Like, I think they want to win this game, and they're going to have the best player on the field. I mean, like, the thing is, like, it's the type of game where you just let Allen go crazy, man. Like, give him 50 carries, like, run him every play. Like, just put on a show, man. It's his last game. Like, potentially before he heads over to Ohio State, man. Like, I mean, he's going to need some help. Obviously, they're going to need the passing game to open up or whatever. But, I mean, I'm looking for him to really show why he's a 4-star and why he's heading to Ohio State. Like, it's time. It's time. This is big players. This is where you earn that reputation right here.
Kari, the Mr. Football list came out, the semifinalists. Tell us about some of the guys that are there and some guys you were surprised didn't make the team, didn't make the list.
So you've got Dallin Hayden, who won last year in D2 AAA, making it again. You've got Craig Cunningham, the running back from Lausanne, making it in D2 AA. You've got Jamarius Brooks, who, if he hasn't already set the county record for total touchdowns in a season, is very close. I think he already has the record, though. He has like 39 touchdowns. Like, he's going to get 40-something before this season's over. Might even approach 50 if they make it far enough. You got Jamarian Dowell out of Covington, another running back. And you got Cam Miller in 2A. The only guy I can really say got snubs, because we did get 5. Like, out of the 9 classifications, there's a Memphis guy representing 5 of them. So most of the classifications have a Memphis guy that's in the mix. I'd say the only one I'm looking at, like, probably could have picked Memphis guy, would be 6A. I think you'd look at Cody Jones. Germantown, 8-2. Way better than they were in 2019. Cody Jones having a monster season, and he's heading to Michigan. So he would be my big snub out of that list for sure.
Snubs and flubs. There you go. Whitehaven at Ravenwood. What do you think?
Yeah. I'm picking Ravenwood in that one.
Man, your heel turn.
He's burning it all down after he's leaving.
Turn,
he is like, I'm out. I'm just, man,
It's not a heel turn. It's just the fact that Whitehaven, I've seen Whitehaven play Ravenwood before. And Ravenwood has beat them 2 out of 3 times they played in the playoffs. They're on the road at Ravenwood. And this Whitehaven team is good, but they're not as seasoned or as experienced as other Whitehaven teams in the past. Like, they're relying on way more young guns than they usually do. Like, their quarterback is a sophomore. Joe Williams is like their best athlete is a sophomore. They those years that they were making those deep runs, they had like SEC linebackers running around, destroying everybody. Like, there might be a few kids on these teams who grow up to be that, but they're not that right now. It's not 4 or 5 stars like we're used to seeing Whitehaven have right now. So that's the only reason why I picked against them. I mean, I just got to be honest. Like, got to be real.
Houston
fast. My bad.
Houston at Summit. Summit 10-0. What is Summit?
Oh, man. Summit has the Wade twins. Have you heard of the Wade twins? Keaton and Destin?
Mm-mm.
They're 2 of the best players in the state. The quarterback and running back duo, they're twins. I think one or both are committed to Kentucky.
Where is Summit?
Good question. I couldn't place it on the map, but Houston knows because they're driving there.
Just get the bus driver. Make sure he knows where it is. So you don't. What you're saying is you don't like Houston's chances here.
Nah, I don't think it's a particularly close, man. I think Summit's pretty good. I think Summit's a lot of people's pick to make it to at least the semifinal, if not make it all the way to Chattanooga. They're going to be one of those teams in the mix deep down the road.
Kari, just want to get an update on how trash your Celtics are. They won as 2 straight games.
Oh, did you watch the other night?
It's still looking terrible, even in winning.
Did you see we had our players only meeting and straighten things out?
Those usually have an expiration date on them, man. They
Yeah, the players.
Did we have Miami to points the other night? Shit. Did you?
Players only meetings are like that stuff. What's the stuff that when you get a flat tire, like the foam stuff that blows your tire back up, but it actually widens your tire out on the inside too? I can't think of what it's called. What's it called, Darren?
The flat, fix a flat.
Fix a flat.
Fix a flat.
Yeah. It worked. You think it worked for a while, then you realize, oh, this actually just rotted out the inside of my tire. So there goes your players on the
Oh, it's a. There's no question. It's a rotten tire of a team.
What? What are you guys talking about? Listen, the Celtics, when they wake up and want to play defense, they're very good. They've just been lackluster efforts throughout.
Oh, that's all it is?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You saw what they did. They have Miami 80 points.
Yeah, Miami had an off night, man. Miami was,
Miami had
sometimes you just take a game off against trash teams. You know how that goes. Then they beat you.
Yeah, I mean, you were from Memphis team. You know something about that.
Oh, man.
Well, I heard that Ime Udoka is basically Doc Rivers Mark II. Seems like.
Yeah.
Doc Rivers with the Clippers, really, more than Doc Rivers with the
Doc Rivers with the Magic.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, he's got a lot of high big name players. Doesn't really seem to know necessarily what to do with all of them. Gonna eventually lead to disappointment. That kind of stuff. Basically, that's what I mean.
But he'll get a ring out of it from Doc Rivers.
No. I mean, not the Clippers, Doc Rivers.
I mean, Doc Rivers is Doc Rivers, and he's in Boston, so he's Boston.
Glenn Rivers. Glenn Rivers is what we're talking about here.
Hey, he's not coaching. He's not going to be distracted. Might be a little distracted.
Last thing, do you how you feel about Aaron Rodgers' vaccine advice? Are you taking it or no?
Nah, I think I'm going to lay off the ivermectin. However, yeah, that's how I feel. Nah. Me up to get my booster shot, please.
Who do you take, Aaron Rodgers or Kyrie Irving? Who you going with? Whose advice you going with, Kyrie or Aaron Rodgers?
Neither. Why are people so afraid of these shots, Peter? Why are people
I don't know, man. I skipped the line to get mine, so I can't relate.
Why are they so what's his excuse? Did he say it was sterilization why he was afraid? And that he wanted to be a dad? Like, what? What? What is this?
I don't know, man. It's wild stuff.
People just don't want to listen to science, man. They just want to be smart, want to be different, man.
Boy, oh boy. All right, Kari. Well, we'll talk to you next week from wherever you are. It'll be in some other place. Baton Rouge. Very good. Kari Thompson joining us. Thank you, Kari. We appreciate it. Kari Thompson joining us on the program. We'll come back. Got to talk a little bit about the Grizzlies. They're in action, kind of an early one, the 6 o'clock tip-off in Washington to take on the Wizards, and just a very strange occurrence again last night. We'll talk about that, too, when we continue here. Live from the Family Leisure Studios, Pete and Sam with you, Grindtime, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56.98.5.
You have opinions?
What do you hear? What do you say?
We want to hear them. Call or text us on the AutoZone listener line at 360-8255. That's the AutoZone listener line at 901-360-8255.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Step up your wings game at East Coast Wings & Grill. With 60 wing flavors and 7 heat indexes, do you have what it takes to turn the heat on your wings up to insanity? East Coast Wings & Grill is family-friendly with a large variety menu to satisfy the whole bunch. Sign up today for their loyalty program and taste the rewards. For every $1 you spend, you collect a point. Earn 100 points and receive a $5 reward. Next to Lowe's off Highway 64 in Bartlett, come try America's best wings at East Coast Wings & Grill.
AC trouble? Call Air Doctors of Memphis, 901-598-HVAC. Owner Matt Davis is a third-generation full-service air conditioning specialist. Air Doctors of Memphis services all major brands, and labor and parts are guaranteed 100%. Their yearly AC checkup is only $60. Then this year, Air Doctors is the official HVAC contractor for St. Jude Dream House. Air Doctors installed the St. Jude Dream House new Train high-efficiency equipment. Get your service from the best. AirDoctorsOfMemphis.com. Call 901-598-HVAC.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. If you need a new roof for your home or business, we hope to hear from you and will work hard to earn your business. We are experts and certified in residential and commercial roofing, siding, and gutter installation. I have been serving the Memphis area for over 20 years, and now with 2 of my sons working with me, we plan to be here for years to come. So if you need a roof, please give us a call. On a personal note, what a great time it is to be a Memphis sports fan. With the Grizzlies and the Redbirds and 901 FC, not to mention Tigers football and basketball, it's going to be a fun year. Thanks to Coach Silverfield and Coach Hardaway and their staffs for their dedication to the student and athletes, the University of Memphis, the City of Memphis, and us fans. Five Ash Roof Services, a proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Five Ash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Folks, it looks like food shortages are here and going to stick around. Supply chains are breaking down, and inflation is back with a vengeance. It's all part of the shortage economy. What used to be unthinkable is now in the headlines. Are you ready? Do you currently have a stockpile of emergency food at home? If not, go to mypatriotsupply.com today, and you'll find an emergency food kit that's right for you and your family. My Patriot Supply is the largest preparedness company in America, serving millions of families like yours. Pick up a 3-month food kit that stays fresh for up to 25 years in proper storage. The meals in the kit provide over 2,000 delicious calories a day. That's important when you need to survive. Order from mypatriotsupply.com and your food will ship fast in unmarked boxes to protect your privacy. Don't wait for permission or more empty store shelves. Go to mypatriotsupply.com now. mypatriotsupply.com.
Tiger Nation, your 2021 NIT champion Memphis Tigers are back and ready to make a splash in the American Conference. Season tickets are on sale now. Don't miss a minute of the action with the #1 recruiting class and a brand new coaching staff with Hall of Famer Larry Brown and former NBA star Rasheed Wallace. To lock in your seats for all the action and excitement, call 901-678-2331 or visit GoTigersGoTix.com today.
Now, back to Sports 56 Grind Time. Here once again are Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane.
Yeah! Come on now. Did you see last night, Anthony saying, on a Funky Friday?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like this. I like this right here. Did you see the Oklahoma City Thunder have won 2 games this year, and both of them are against the LA
Russell
Lakers.
Westbrook. Oh,
it's incredible. At 107-104, Russell Westbrook played horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible in this game. What are the Lakers? What are they doing? What is that team?
I don't know, man. They're like bootleg 97, 98 Bulls. It's like what they're trying to be. They figured they could get the oldest, most experienced team and just kind of little boy everybody, but they just like a bunch of old dudes, man. We should have beat them, man. It bothers me we didn't beat that team, too. They were full strength when we played them, but still, we should have beat them.
They should have. And I mean, and the thing is, you got Carmelo Anthony who's playing like, best he's played in a long time, hitting all these threes. You got Anthony Davis. You got Russell Westbrook. You're supposed to have enough to beat people even without LeBron James, and you don't have anything. Like, without LeBron, this team still sucks. And he's out for at least another week or so. Beyond that, I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Then we'll look up in there in the finals. So.
Thank you. There you go.
I mean, it's unfortunately that's probably true out there. Now, that was hilarious to watch last night, and I loved it. It was great. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander pulling up basically from the logo, mid-court to seal the game. Also hilarious, the situation in Philly, where the Sixers continue to have major issues with Ben Simmons. They fined him yesterday, his $360,000 game check, for missing the victory over the Pistons last night. And they're going to continue fining him because he's not cooperating with team physicians on his mental health issues. He has claimed that he's got mental health concerns and that he is struggling with his mental health. But it turns out that he's not actually cooperating with anybody on this whole situation with mental health assistance. The Sixers say they feel they've been supportive, but that since he won't do anything, that they got to continue to fine him. So it's going great, is what we're seeing here. It's really looking good.
Yeah, like I said last week or whatever it was, I'm a big advocate for mental health and people doing what they need to do. But I don't like to see people playing around with it or crying wolf with it. And if they're telling him they're willing to help him do whatever he needs to do, and he's not cooperating, I've totally taken everything off the table. I still think he's a great basketball player. I still hope he gets somewhere where he can fit or whatever. But at this point, man, like it's such a distraction to the team. And you know I'm a power to the players guy, but man, you're just going about this the wrong way, and he's going to end up looking. He's making himself look like the villain in this more and more every day, and it shouldn't have went that way. He should have played this a lot different.
Well, and that's the thing is.
I mean, do what Jason Tatum's doing. Tank the season till they trade you. I mean, come on, man. Let's go out there and suck.
Yeah. Do what James Harden is still doing. For some reason, he's still tanking. I don't know why, but he's even though he's gotten his situation. The Suns yesterday played and won over the Houston Rockets. Robert Sarver's courtside seats were empty after the owner of the Phoenix Suns was accused in a Baxter Holmes ESPN story of multiple racist tirades, sexist moves, all sorts of terrible ownership, and all kinds of stuff like that. And he was not present. No surprise. He has claimed that that's not true and that he's going to sue and all this stuff. We'll see how it goes with all that. But Devin Booker, Chris Paul, Monty Williams were all called to the press conference dais to have a little discussion and answer questions about the whole situation. Each of them acknowledged that it was a severe situation and that it was a difficult thing and all that, but they also just said, I'm aware there are two sides to this equation. We still have to wait to see how the facts can appear. Monty Williams said if any of that stuff happened while I was here, I wouldn't be in this seat. Devin Booker said, in the 7 years I've been here, I haven't noticed any of that, but it doesn't make me insensitive to the subject. So Chris Paul said, I feel like the situations are different because he was there, obviously, with the Donald Sterling situation. Right. Do you have any issue with these guys not standing up for the accusers in this situation? Earl Watson came out. He's assistant coach for the Raptors now and said, I'll talk more about it later on when I feel like doing it. I don't feel like doing it right now because I'm not, mentally ready to do it. But I appreciate everybody who's brave enough to come out and do this. So he stood behind his stuff. Ryan McDonough, the former GM, right, more or less backed up Earl Watson pretty much. So what do you think? Were you surprised to see the comments from these guys?
No, I'm not surprised to see the comments, and I don't knock what they're saying at all because it's all relative. They may not have had that experience with him because I'm sure he's not running around like the Tasmanian devil, just going up and down the hallways, terrorizing everyone inside the offices with the Phoenix Suns.
Just screaming the N-word constantly, no matter where he's going.
Just because you've never seen that, you never had that experience with him, doesn't mean that that experience isn't real for someone else. You know what I mean? These are situations he's talked about that they're happening in behind closed doors or in small one-on-one type situations for the most part, except for some of the things that they describe. But, I mean, just because they haven't seen those things doesn't mean those things haven't happened to other people at all. And I commend them for stepping out because, I mean, if you're asked a question, there's no need to lie about it. You know what I mean? Just tell the truth. I've never had that situation with him, and if I did, I wouldn't be here. And true, Monty Williams wouldn't be there. If the same situation happened with Errol Watson happened to him, I think he would have done the same exact thing. I still believe that the allegations against him are quite true, and I do believe that these guys, what they're saying is true as well. I think they both can be right. I think both of those things can happen at the same time. But I just hope that the truth comes out in this. I hope that if the things he's saying are true, I hope that he is removed from his position of owning that team, which is a lot easier said than done. But like I said, I'm not knocking these guys for telling their truth because it's true to them. Like, if they've never had that experience, they haven't. I mean, 'cause like I said, he's not running up and down the halls, just being an idiot. I hope, because I'm sure this kind of stuff would have gone down faster. These type of things happen behind closed doors. We had that conversation too earlier about not really knowing people. You know what I mean? So these are behind closed doors things that with certain people he may have thought he could have gotten away with doing it, or were comfortable with him doing it, but we find out that they're not. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah,
I think the thing is, I don't know. It's very difficult, and I'm not gonna come down on them too hard, because they're in a difficult situation with all of this. Draymond Green, more or less kind of doubled down on his on the anecdote that was in the story, and said he's heard other stories. He did that at a press availability earlier today. And I mean, listen, man, these guys they still work for this guy. He's still writing the checks. That makes it awkward for them at best to go through all of this stuff. Even if their truth did involve that stuff, it still makes it pretty hard because of just the nature of, and the other thing is that you're on a team. And so, team unity is always prized, and team togetherness and lack of distractions and all that sort of stuff is always prized in team sports. And so this is certainly a huge distraction and certainly a threat to team unity and all that stuff. I think it's probably easier for them to just kind of, hold their hands up and say, hey, listen, we're going to just see how it goes, and let the NBA handle all this and blah, blah, blah and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
But I do think that you have to. I would just say this. I don't think it's fair. Much like you say, hey, this is not their truth.
Mm-hmm.
I also don't think it's definitive, and I don't think it's fair to kind of paint that as the be all end all of anyone's personality. My interactions with any individual are not that individual's totality. And I don't think it's fair to say, like most of the defenses of Robert Sarver have been of the, hey, I didn't see him do any of that stuff. Hey, I don't know. When he was with me, he wasn't doing any of that stuff. That's not really a defense. I mean, I guess it's the only defense that you can offer, but it doesn't really, rebut the comments that people have made.
Right.
I mean, if you want to look on the face of it, Donald Sterling was a 2-time NAACP Man of the Year award winner. Does that make him not a racist? Hell no, of course not. It makes that NAACP franchise very problematic, but it doesn't make him not that. So people that use that as a blanket, like, well, I mean, look, this guy said it, and this guy's. You don't know, man. You don't know. That's not a defense. You can use that as sort of a way to get out of talking about it if you want to. You can kind of say, hey, that wasn't my deal, but I don't know. But that isn't a defense. Right. Don't mistake that for like that means he's this kind of person. You know, and you will know them by their fruit. That's what Jesus said that.
Come on,
what I'm saying. What's his fruit? Look at all this fruit. There's a lot of fruit out there, and it's rotten and it's stinking, and that tree is pretty nasty. So whatever people say, you can go look at that. You can go look at the tree, and you can see that fruit. You can figure out what's going on with him. Mm-hmm.
And like you said, it doesn't mean either way. It doesn't really give a verdict of what it could be. There's another thing too. How much interaction do players have with actual owners? You know what I mean? Like, you're not. These guys don't have a ton of. Even coaches, they don't have a ton of interaction with owners in most situations. You see your general manager; he's around a lot, but you're not. How many times have Grizzlies players probably seen Robert Perry? Desmond Bain, guys from Desmond Bain, Tillman, Zaire, they probably never met him. And those guys, they know who he is. Of course, they probably never met him before. He probably ain't been to Memphis since they've been on the team. You know what I mean? So. How much? That's not really saying much. But on the other side, too, it's like in a work environment. Like, Darian's next to me behind his glass. Between the break, I might go in there and say something to Darian. The wrong person walk in the room and Edge of the Saints a monster. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of stuff happens.
Acting like John.
Like, that dude's a monster from what I heard him say. You know what I mean? Like, you just that's why you just have to be careful about anything, man, because it can just go wrong. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't like I said, you can't trust someone's one or two. You just can't trust that. It doesn't. People are different with different people, and I think it's sort of it kind of takes away from these stories. And there's so many stories. I mean, you have to think about it. At some point, it becomes like the discussion with Harvey Weinstein or Bill Cosby or any of these things where it's like there's so many stories. It's impossible for them all to be wrong. It's impossible for everyone to be exaggerating or lying.
Yeah.
You tell me every one of these anecdotes in the story is somebody lying or exaggerating? Come on, man.
No.
Be real.
No.
So the NBA, though, has got to they got to go through their investigative process and all that. And it's funny how they don't know. They've already gone through an investigative process with Sarver. They've already got a file on Sarver because of a lot of stuff like this. They've already got issues that there's a piece that Henry Abbott did on True Hoop that showed Sarver speaking at a funeral, telling extremely inappropriate jokes and just being a complete weirdo. That sounds exactly like this guy that is painted in this. So, and I've told you about, the NBA's lack of, they love to turn the other way, and then when they're forced to, we'll just have a really strong investigation. Well, what do you knew all this stuff?
That's Silver too. That's not David Stern. That's a lot of silver. That wasn't David Stern either. Back when he was commissioner.
What do you mean? No, David Stern would have done the same thing.
You think so?
Stern was worse than Silver.
So?
Absolutely. Stern. Oh, no question.
What we saying again?
I think Silver's more of a puppet in that aspect than Stern was.
No. Stern was the one who got Donald Sterling involved in the league. Stern was the one who was there when Sterling was convicted of racial discrimination by the Justice Department as a house owner and or an apartment owner, and didn't do anything about it. Didn't. I mean, this man is a literal discriminator against black people in a league that's 75-80% black, and Stern's like, that's fine. Didn't even punish him. Didn't bring it up. Wasn't even talked about. So, no, Stern was every bit the yes man. The commissioner is always the yes man. That is the commissioner's job. The commissioner runs the league at the behest of the owners of the league. Whether it's Roger Goodell, in the
he works
NFL,
for them.
or he works for those guys. And so to investigate somebody that you work for is it's always problematic. It's always tricky. So I don't buy it. I don't buy it one bit. We'll talk about that Grizzly game coming up after the break. Also, some update from Atlanta.
No, man. You know I'm about to go in.
So funny. We're going to talk about it when we come back. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56 and 98.5.
This is Brett Norsworthy, and I want to thank you for listening through all these years and want you to continue listening to Sports 56 and 98.5 FM from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day, and to me with Gabe Kuhn on Sports Time with Gabe and Stats every afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 560 and 98.5 FM.
Case IH is a proud supporter of the Mississippi Farm Bureau, and thanks to a membership benefits partnership, Mississippi Farm Bureau members receive a discount of up to $500 on every qualifying Case IH tractor and piece of equipment you purchase. This discount may be used with other promotions, rebates, or offers. So join Mid-South Ag Equipment and the Mississippi Farm Bureau and pocket up to $500 in savings. Call Mid-South Ag at 662-890-3141 to get your discount today.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
I'm Brian Elder, 867-0303. Hurricane season is upon us. Is your roof ready? Are your shingles laying down and sealed properly? Call me right now, 867-0303. They say you get what you pay for. That's why my opinion is free. Maybe you've got years of life left in your roof. If so, I'll tell you that. But if I find storm damage or a compromised roof system, I'll lay out some options for you. Don't let them tell you it needs to be replaced if it only needs a repair. Call me, 867-0303. Has your insurance company already seen it and rejected your claim? Maybe they're correct. Most of the time, they're not. They do tend to become more reasonable once I get involved, though. 867-0303. I'll measure your roof from outer space or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
The Original Hot Dog Factory and Spice Wing, located at 4265 Hex Cross Road near 385. The menu offers a variety of all-beef hot dogs with over 20 choices. Try some of the best-selling favorites like the Bacon Wrap Memphis Dog and even sausages like Street Polish, Italian, or Jamaican Jerk Chicken. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 11 till 10, and Sunday, 11 to 8. Catering and event hosting is available. Have your next meeting or family gathering at the Original Hot Dog Factory. Now hiring team members. Apply in person. The Original Hot Dog Factory and Spice Wing.
This week marks the halfway point in the NFL season, and there is a big Sunday afternoon matchup between Green Bay and Kansas City. FanDuel Sportsbook is about to make it even bigger because FanDuel is giving new customers 30-1 odds on either team to win. That means you can win $150 on a $5 bet. FanDuel is sports betting made simple, and they're always hooking you up with great offers. Plus, when you win, you'll get paid in as little as 2 hours. See for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Just sign up with promo code BIGHEAD this week before Green Bay takes on Kansas City. You could win $150 on a $5 bet. Remember, you got to use promo code BIGHEAD so they know I sent you exclusively on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Must be 21 and older and present in Tennessee. New users only. $10 first deposit required. Must wager in designated offer market. Max bonus $150. Bonus for Tennessee users fulfilled in site credit within 72 hours. Tennessee site credit expires 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call TN Redline 1-800-889-9789.
Family Leisure has done it again, and just in time for the holidays, they have the ultimate game room sale. From pool tables to theater seating, Family Leisure has you covered. If you like pool, or you like shuffleboard, or you like air hockey, there's a special price, and your friends will love coming over to your house if you want to watch the big game, or you want to watch a movie on Netflix or HBO. You can't get more comfortable than you will be in that beautiful theater seating that Family Leisure has, and it's on sale with the Ultimate Game Room Sale. Free delivery, by the way, on all in-stock items. 20% off on all game room accessories. Hey, beat the Christmas rush and get your game ready right now. Family Leisure, I-40 and Whidden Road. They want to make the holiday special at your house this year with the Ultimate Game Room Sale from Family Leisure.
Get your gun, Nelly, and saddle up Penelope. It's Western Trading Days at Sunrise Buick GMC. Old-time trading prices on all new Buicks and GMCs, and the Sunrise Used Car Corral has over 150 in stock. Sunrise has rustled up a good-looking herd of cars and trucks under $99.95. Ranch managers have been told to cut prices to the bone. If you're a good person with bad credit, SunriseMemphis.com will help put your brand on one of these fillies. Come on in and save some money during Western Trading Days at Sunrise. Covington Pike, Wolf Chase, and Collierville. Cars costless at Sunrise, partner.
Now, back to Sports 56 Grind Time. Here once again are Peter Edmiston and Anthony Zane.
But let me tell you something. The sisters are not going for that no more. 'Cause we realize two things that you want to bring anything for. So from now on, we're going to use what we got to get what we want. So
Let's
you
get
better
it.
think. There was a time when we had
Gotta love that. Hour number 2 wraps up here on a funky Friday. Yes, indeed. Anthony saying, have you seen the videos of the parade this morning in Atlanta?
Parade in Atlanta?
Yeah, the parade, the Atlanta, the Braves.
Oh, when you had Atlanta comments, I thought you were talking about Trae Young, but no. I'm
oh
not
no,
aware
you feel free to
go ahead.
To comment on Trae Young if you want, but
do you?
No, it's just I encourage you to search Twitter, check out the parade of Atlanta, and specifically the video of the bus that appears to be driving 45 or 50 miles an hour through the street of a parade. I've never seen a bus go by so fast. It looks like they're in the Tour de France or something, and the crowd's like, "Hey, is that it?" The people took off work for like 3 seconds of bus. Oh my God! I encourage you to find it. It is. I'm dying here. I'll retweet this. I'll retweet this so you can. Yeah, I thought it was a joke at first, and it's real. It's real. You got to check it out. It's so good. I mean, the fans are like, "What in the heck is going? Like, what?" Can you imagine? Can you imagine taking off work for that?
No. I think
you literally see them for, I don't know,
let me see.
5 seconds.
I'm trying to find that joint. I don't see.
Look, I just retweeted it. Just
okay.
I
got you. Let me see.
Just watch that thing go.
I don't know why, man. I don't know what's up with Twitter. Like, whenever I type your name in, it brings up like a million Twitters. I'm like, bro, I interact with Peter every day on Twitter.
No.
Like, it seems like algorithm should pop your name up at the very top. But
No,
like,
I agree with that. 100%. Come on. Let's
what in the world? No, bro.
That's oh, that's so good. Just watch how great that is.
Dude
So,
said,
oh my
you
God.
can tell that I used to win in the parade because they're doing like 30 MPH through this.
Oh man, I mean, can you imagine like getting out like, oh, all right, well, here we go.
Look at the dad with his son up on his shoulders like, this sucks.
Dad's like, is that what happens when you win a championship? Sorry, son.
Yeah, that's wild, man.
That's just where it is. It was it's great. Now, did you have any comments on Trae Young?
Yeah, Trae Young, shut up, man. Like y'all have fallen off, bro. Like, which I knew was happening. I need y'all to hit the over this year because I did bet for y'all to hit the over. But man, I should have won by that gut and just known that y'all are trash. Man, talking like they won the freaking championship last year, man. Talking about we're the 100 this year, man. Nobody remembers y'all Eastern Conference Finals berth, man. Get out of here. Y'all ain't Milwaukee, bro. Y'all ain't Brooklyn. Nobody cares. Y'all just ain't as good this year. Anyway, I digress.
I realize I'm in the crosshairs of the woke mob right now.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you sound
That's
like.
right. That's right.
That's what you sound like, Trae Young. Man, get out of my face.
Thanks, Aaron Rodgers, for bringing up some great info. You want to hear from Aaron Rodgers? Hey, let's hear from Aaron Rodgers real fast.
Yeah, let's hear him.
More
As we
great
check
info
out. Yeah.
From Aaron Rodgers.
I realize I'm in the crosshairs of the woke mob right now. So before my final nail gets put in my cancel culture casket, I think I'd like to set the record straight on so many of the blatant lies that are out there about myself right now. And I appreciate the opportunity to tell my side of the story on here. First of all, I didn't lie in the initial press conference. During that time, it was a very, witch hunt that was going on across the league where everybody in the media was so concerned about who was vaccinated and who wasn't and what that meant and who was being selfish and who would talk about it and what it meant if they said it's a personal decision. They shouldn't have to disclose their own medical information and whatnot. And at the time, my plan was to say that I've been immunized. It wasn't some sort of ruse or lie. It was the truth. And I'll get into the whole immunization in a second. But
you don't have to, Aaron. We know what you're about to say.
Yeah, we got.
We know. We know what you're about to say.
Joe Rogan comes in, and then the ivermectin comes in, and then that's where we are. So Aaron Rodgers, ladies and gentlemen, he and Brett Favre, boy, Packers fans, you got to be proud. Great stuff right there. The Grizzlies in action.
Go ahead. And I'm not trying to bully. I'm not trying to bully anyone who hasn't gotten the vaccine. But me personally, it just bothers me that I've seen people. One person is way too many people to have passed away that I feel like with confidence they would still be here. They're vaccinated, and I can name several in my personal life. So I just can't, the nonsense I just can't deal with, man. I hope people don't feel bullied because when we do this stuff, we're joking around, and I don't think it's always the best way to win people over to getting the vaccine. But I just can't deal with the nonsense that people spew, man. It bothers me.
Well, I'm done with the winning people over. If you're not won over at this point, I don't know what else you can do.
Look at you, Peter. Look at you.
There is so much out there. There's so much information that is out there. So many different people have come. He talks about the Johnson & Johnson. There were 6 people in the Johnson & Johnson situation. There were 6 women who had clotting issues. Those issues that was out of it was a tiny fraction. Because of that tiny fraction, we're talking like 0.0001%. All young women, no men.
Yeah.
It was taken off the market for 11 days and then put back on.
Less than
it has had no problem, and
less than birth
and it's had no problem since.
Yeah,
exactly.
There's more clotting risk in taking birth control pills than it is with the vaccine.
We're talking about a guy who's doing his research. The research is that they took care of it, and it's been fine, and there wasn't much of a problem to begin with. He also did his research on Martin Luther King Jr. by misquoting him. And getting it completely wrong. And so if you want to talk about somebody who's doing their research, there you go. That's the so. I mean, if you haven't gotten it, then
it's on you, man.
Whatever your reason is, I would urge you. There's no point in being. We've had months and months to be kind and all that, and we've put children and families at risk in order to do that stuff. It's over. It's over. Just either if you choose not to get it, understand what you're doing to yourself and what you're doing to the rest of us, and it's what it is. That's unfortunately I don't think people are their minds are gonna be changed. I don't know what's gonna happen.
I'm about to get that booster. Gabe about to get hit up.
Yep.
Everybody else, I love you.
So
for real, man. Like that's all I'm worried about.
What do you got tonight? Grizzlies and a surprisingly good Wizards team.
Yeah, that Wizards game has always been weird throughout history, man. Like for the last few years. Remember they had the game where they were beating us. They had a bad team.
Mm-hmm.
They were beating us the whole time, and then Ja had a triple-double. It's gonna be I think getting the win today, you can start talking about the Grizzlies being for real. Like you can start talking about how good is this team if you can if you can win this tonight. So I'm hoping we can pull it out, but it's gonna be weird, man. Those Washington games. Yeah, on the road, always been a strange game against them, no matter who's on their roster. So we'll see.
Indeed, we will. Anthony saying, have yourself a great weekend.
Oh, appreciate you, bro.
That's right.
Yeah, appreciate you. Somebody sent a weird. I didn't really understand what somebody was saying. My bad.
Darren, you too. Have yourself a great weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday. Sports Time coming up next.
Hi, this is Lauren Choate with Choate's Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing. Fall is in the air, and so are Choate's Early Bird Specials. Right now, receive $1,000 off the purchase of a new Carrier gas furnace. Carrier furnaces come with some of the best warranties in the industry, and Choate's has been professionally installing them for over 60 years. As a Carrier factory authorized dealer, Choate's also offers competitive financing solutions for you and your family. If your heating system is in good shape, make sure you take advantage of Choate's Early Bird Tune-Up Special for $60. This tune-up is an in-depth 20-point inspection to make sure your furnace is ready for the winter season ahead. So call 347-8086 to schedule your early bird special today. And turn to the experts with Choates and let our family serve your family.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Maybe this is you too. A lot of people do not like their health plan right now, and they're worried they're stuck with it. One that costs too much or doesn't meet their needs, or for whatever reason, they're just not happy with it. If that is you, some great news. There really is another choice. It's called MediShare, and it's such a great option, especially if you're self-employed, changing jobs, or part of the gig economy. Here's what you get when you switch to MediShare. First, huge savings. The typical family saves $500 a month. You also get a massive doctor network, or you can just use the doctor of your choice, or MediShare's free 24/7 telehealth option. And you get to be part of something you can believe in. MediShare is a community of Christians who share each other's healthcare bills. No wonder MediShare gets double the customer satisfaction ratings compared with typical health insurance. So no, you are not stuck. You've got a great alternative. Call now. 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Attention foodies. There's a great new place to eat in a great restored building. South Hall Cafe is now open for breakfast, brunch, and